welcome back to another video. Today is going to be Joe Biden versus Ron Desantis facing off in a presidential election. Hang on, let's hit full screen. So, of course I'm going to start off by filling in the safe states. I do think that Colorado will be safe, even against DeSantis. I mean, Colorado, it's just trending to the left too fast. Republicans are not going to be able to overcome these trends. And so I think that, yeah, Nebraska's first will be safe. Yeah, Montana. Okay. I always forget Hawaii. And Maine's first, okay. Alright, now for the likely states. I don't think any of these safe states should come as a surprise. Maybe except for Nebraska's first, which was likely in 2020, trending blue. We don't know what the gerrymandering will look like, so at the same time, Nebraska's districts will be hard to do, well, except for the third, because it's all the rural district area, but whatever. I think Minnesota will be likely. I think Virginia will be likely. New Hampshire will be likely. Maine at large will be likely, and New Mexico will be likely for Biden. These are your typical likely states, except maybe New Hampshire. That one can be lean sometimes, but it's typically a likely D state. I mean, 3 out of the last 4 elections, it was likely D. And 5 out of the last 6 elections, it went blue by, well, I won't say at least any margins. And then for DeSantis, his likely states, I think he'll carry South Carolina, Kansas, Alaska, and Maine second, and Iowa. That's it for the likely states. Now for the lean states, I do have quite a few in the lean category, and you can see that over 180 electoral votes are in this lean category. I'm going to give Joe Biden the state of Michigan and Georgia by a lean margin. And I'm also going to give him Nebraska second by lean. You know what? I'll even give it to him likely, just because the leftward trends. But then again, the gerrymandering. I'm actually really not sure which one to put it as. The Omaha suburbs are trending to the left way too fast for Republicans to really catch up. But at the same time, gerrymandering, Republicans redistricting, all those things will make the district overall redder, because the Republicans will work with redistricting in their favor. I'm gonna give Nevada Tilt. I did not mean to move on to Tilt states yet, but whatever. Nevada's already in there. Texas and Florida lean. Oh, and Ohio. Okay, so for Nevada, I'm gonna give it to him Tilt, just because Nevada is Hispanic. Yes, Hispanics. DeSantis is a very good Hispanic candidate, and there's a very large Hispanic population in Nevada, most of the Vegas area. Biden, despite being the incumbent, will not do too well in Clark County. It could be lean, but I'm going to go with Tilt for now. For Michigan, it's a Democratic-leaning swing state. It's probably going to be lean D. It could be Tilt, but I doubt it. I think that Biden will win Michigan by just over a point. And Georgia, it's a Democratic-leaning swing state at this point. I mean, it went for Biden by only 0.2%, 11,000 votes. But in 2016, it went for Trump by 212,000 votes, which is just a huge sign that Democrats are doing better and better and better in Atlanta suburbs and just Atlanta as a whole, causing them to do better in Georgia as a whole. And even against a candidate like DeSantis, who is not very amazing with black voters. I'm very sorry about the notification. I think that Joe Biden will narrowly hold on to the state of Georgia by between 1 and 2 points, I'll say. I don't think it will be tilt. It is trending to the left way too fast. I did not even understand. Dang it. I'm going to give him Pennsylvania tilt, and this is the tipping point state. Pennsylvania, he has the advantage of it being his home state, but that's not the real reason he's winning Pennsylvania. It's still, it's a pure swing state. It really can go either way, but it's probably going to go blue for this one. It is trending Republican, but Biden still did win the state by 1.2%, which is not an awful amount to win it by, considering he won Wisconsin by only 0.6, Georgia by 0.2, and Arizona by 0.3. I also think he narrowly carries Arizona. I get that there's a pretty large Hispanic population in Arizona, but it's also a state that is trending Democratic at this point. And also keep in mind with these predictions, this is if the election were held today based on current approval ratings for Joe Biden. Joe Biden's approval rating, if it were to stay the same, he would win Arizona, even against DeSantis. And for DeSantis' tilt states, I'm going to give him Wisconsin. This should not be a surprise. I mean, Wisconsin is a state that's very much trending Republican. Biden only won the state by 0.6, which is a very bad margin in a state that he was up by 9 in the polls. And I get it, polls can be inaccurate, but being up by 9 in the polls and then winning it by 0.6 is not a good, it's just really not a good sign for Democrats, especially in a state where it's trending Republican. I don't think Biden's going to be able to carry the state against Ron DeSantis in 2024. And the last state is North Carolina. I'm going to give it to Ron DeSantis tilt. And I'll tell you why. I'm not going to put it as lean for DeSantis because there's a large black population and DeSantis typically does not do well with black voters. As, like, if you see in Florida, his home state, which I was actually on the verge of putting likely, I think that he's going to do very well with the Hispanic vote in that state, but not so much with the black vote in northern Florida. So I think that, he typically doesn't do well with, I didn't actually see the election results in 2018 in the heavily black counties, but I do know that Ron DeSantis is a much better Hispanics candidate than he is a blacks candidate. I think that North Carolina will be tilt Republican, not lean, but I also don't think it will go blue, because even though it is a state that is at a rapid rate shifting to the left, not as fast as Georgia, but still pretty fast, it's a state that I wouldn't be surprised if it were to go blue, but I also wouldn't be surprised if it were to go lean Republican, but I'm going to go with tilt Republican for the time being. Thank you guys for watching. Please let me know your predictions in the comments below. I'm very interested to know what you guys think about this matchup. Thank you guys for watching, and goodbye.